Okay. Like I went over there when I was 30 years old. I looked at their business and I said, you know, I have a job to write them a white paper on a strategy, I just thought. And I did that. And it was the best piece of work that has never been published by me. It was trashed immediately. But the entire white paper was on that the UK was under the United Kingdom and the energy monopoly there. I was actually helping them. So there's 3 rules for startups and outsiders coming into new markets. I've been in nat gas power in the United Kingdom, payments. This is what I'm in trouble for. Fucking hilarious. And now Bitcoin blockchain, and they all share this really interesting common thread. All of them are undergoing some type of disruption when I'm in it. And I'm always like right there kind of early. In payments, I was not early. I was extremely late. And all I did was sit there and looked at problems, the entire plastic credit card duopoly system that's so underregulated. It's unbelievable. Okay. They overregulate symptoms and grossly regulate any core problems. Trillions of dollars stick up the ass of the consumer. Okay. Hidden tax. Okay. Like getting an enema to every year, dude. And nobody knows it. And then they get charged for it. So when I see these markets, I'm like, wow. And I've learned that you can do more damage in a market and change it more if you attack the vectors that they're game theory type vectors, which, like, my favorite book is The Art of War. I mean, I've always studied a lot. Okay. And
Sun Tzu.
Yeah, dude. That if you're an entrepreneur and you have not like studied that book, you're going to get crushed by somebody that does.
Trump, that's like his, one of his favorite books, he said, right?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, you just need a couple of maxims that you can. So I don't know, man. One day I learned that doing a deal for $1,000 is actually more difficult than doing a deal for 10. Mm-hmm. And doing a deal for $1 million is a lot easier than doing one for 10. I mean, the guys with $1,000 and $10,000 deals, they're problematic. Mm-hmm. And I was swinging 400 megawatt power stations on telephone calls with Enron, man, and Goldman. And, there is no crybabies in that world. Mm-hmm. We just take our bumps and move on. It's a professional war game, and it's based on supply and demand. And that's what commodity trading really is. And we're moving into a universe. And this is the really cool thing I learned talking about the big think, because I'm trying to share with you guys 30 or 40 years of what's packing up. I'm having a very difficult challenge to explain this, but I see this world as you have cycles, periods, and cycles where you have certain things occurring. A lot of regulation, too little regulation, monopoly structures, deregulation, privatization. We're globalizing. No, we're going to go to war. Hey, we're going to globalize and we're going to go to war and we're all going to have sex together, right? And everybody's going to do a GDP of 4.5%. And you're looking around going, hey, this place is psychotic, right? Mm-hmm. So, and what's happening, I think, is if you believe in cycles, and I do, because that's all I've really studied. I think we've had 200 years of using legacy assets and even legacy thought process. I have to do a contract with you. There has to be money exchange between us. We need an NDA. I haven't signed an NDA in 2 years. I refuse to. They're ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Go get a Visa. Go get an NDA from Visa or MasterCard. It basically says, you are shit out of luck, dude, because there's no, they're ridiculous. We should be living in a world of transparency. And then if you start to understand how the dynamics of a market work, dude, if you can get that to happen, all the constructs, all the clubs fall apart. And I think that's what's happening right now. You have industries actually now fighting each other for pieces of the pie of a declining carcass.
The race to zero.
Yeah, totally, dude. They're going to kill it.
Yeah, so
sales, watch. And this is going to be really fascinating. The really bad companies could possibly win.
Yeah, the best companies don't always win. You know, I know exactly what you're talking about. I own a small payment processing firm, so I know all what you're talking about, these card brands. Now, you know, what was interesting, I think it was today, your brother posted about something about buying Bitcoin. You know, obviously, I'm a real estate investor, but I think I see Bitcoin and crypto as, you know, the greatest asset and the greatest opportunity for my generation to make, you know, financial wealth, generational wealth. And, you know, I was watching your interview with Anthony Saramucci, and he said that Bitcoin is a once in a century event. And if y'all don't know who Anthony Saramucci is, I mean, he's, you know, look him up, y'all. So, I mean, do you agree with that, that this is a once in a century, you know, investment opportunity for us?
I think I'm the one that came up with that phrase, and I think he talks about once in a species event or something.
Hmm.
Hey, look, this is a big deal. It's a really big deal, and it's so hard for most legacy people to actually understand the implications here because they're very, very comfortable with the way the world works today. I mean, these are hidden fees. Okay. And by the way, these hidden fees, and I don't know about you, but maybe some of your audience, just FYI, there's $7 trillion in hidden fees in all the banking system. You pay for all of them. And by you, I do mean you and not me.
Hmm.
Okay. So the rich guys get to call the bank up every year. Hey, all those overdrafts, dude, rock them. They can just go away. Literally go away. They're refunded as a bundle. So that's, is that fair?
No, I mean,
Look at
during COVID, the banks made record profits in overdraft fees, you know, something they don't need to do.
that's uncool. Okay. We also sold how many billions of masks?
That got polluted into our oceans to the
On the
people that,
credit card payment system that charge 4.5 to 8%. Okay. When you look at all the fees and how you get raped, the time value of money, especially in this interest rate market, they're holding money for 90 days. They hold reserves. No proof that a chargeback's really a chargeback. No proof whatsoever.
the
Okay.
small business loses every time in a chargeback.
System is so fatally flawed.
Yep.
And this is the value I'm bringing. And this is my big thing now. Now I've
Mhm.
been able to connect energy, and I do not know, contrary to my prior partner, I do not need to know every detail about every detail.
Mhm.
See, that's where founders and entrepreneurs, I think, and people that are really, really, really long
Mhm.
a particular asset class, like Granny Tooney. Now Grant's branching off, but if you notice, everything Grant does has to feed the core deal.
Yeah,
Okay. And that's not, hey,
that's
that's the
smart.
path. Dude, it is smart. I could actually disagree that he's left a shitload of money off on the table.
We all have though, Gary. We
Totally.
whether crypto,
Totally.
real estate.
Totally. But my point is that everyone should be looking at this going, hey, y'all go, hey, Grant, he's ahead of us. Dude, this market's so big. Grant couldn't digest all the opportunities if he had another 10 hours a day.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
same. I feel
amazing.
like there's not enough
Um,
time to learn it all. There's so
yeah.
much information. It's so fascinating.
Yeah, so if you think about all the change that's occurring in the legacy world he plays in, and
Mhm.
also his own footprint and what he's doing, he has zero time to study a new industry.